Hey guys, and good morning. Welcome back and happy Monday. I hope everyone had a safe weekend, and thank you so much for coming back and watching my channel, Up and Adam. We have a lot coming your way today and a lot of lives. This is going to be a very interesting week to see how we navigate it because, well, we're busier than ever, especially with family time. But don't worry, we will still be here. All right, today we're back to talk about the fact that a source revealed that they attended a book reading with Andy Cohen, which was actually a Q&A, and he was very open and answered everyone's questions about the Housewives. Now we have all of that and more, but before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. Well, one of the first questions Andy was asked was, who does he believe is the most difficult housewife? Well, he went on to say that Jill Zarin from The Real Housewives of New York is by far the most difficult, but he said that she was worth bringing back for The Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, and that other housewives that were difficult, well, they weren't asked back. Nobody wanted him to follow up on that question and didn't ask what other housewives he was talking about. However, I kind of wish that he would have. Point number two, he was talking about Erica Girardi and said that he actually believes Erica, but her behavior and her reactions, well, they're not really helping her in this case. He said that even when he heard the rumors that Tom was borrowing money, he had the same reaction that Erica did, that it must just be a business thing that Tom was dealing with. He said that the plane was still flying and that the guy had Gavin Newsom praising him and that Tom was just as respected as an attorney, well, as any attorney could actually be. Well, that's interesting. Someone asked him if he would or what he would diagnose Mary with, and he said that she is a gift from the casting gods and that he's not qualified to diagnose anyone with anything. But keep watching because she gets even more Mary. He also talked about the fact that when they were in New York at the same time, that they went to the same gym and that she would wave at him, and he doesn't recall that. And when he first met her, well, when he met her for the first time, she was actually pissed that he wouldn't acknowledge that. Of course he was. All right. Now, he discusses a little bit about Watch What Happens Live, and he says that there's an episode the other day with Kyle Cook and Amanda Butella, but that episode was painful to him. He said that not all of the guests that come on Watch What Happens Live are his favorites, but that's something that I feel like we would already know. Honestly, every person who comes on, there was one guy, I forgot who he was, but he came on and he was so intense on Andy, and Andy was asking him questions and he's like, go on and do your little show thing, do your show thing. And he was being completely dismissive, which I didn't understand, because if that's the case, why are you even showing up as a guest? Why not just not show up in the first place? I feel like you don't need to be, if you don't want to be there, no one's holding your feet to the fire. This is the same thing I feel about Housewives. If you don't want to film, if you don't want to put yourself out there, no one is forcing you and making you sign the contract. Don't participate. Same thing if you're going to be a Watch What Happens Live guest. I'm not quite understanding why people come on with this mood, I guess is the best way to put it. He also chimed in a little bit about Candace and said he went so hard in on Candace because he truly wants her to grow, and that he thought if he pushed her hard enough, she'd have a moment of realization, but that it didn't happen. Candace is thriving in her music career, also in her acting career. Jason and I just watched a movie the other day. It was a Christmas movie called The Christmas Lottery. And watching her act, I was like, damn, she's a great actress. This is her lane. I think she's a way better actress than she is a housewife. She should break into that role, really hone in on it, because she has talent there. For housewives, I feel like they're always pushing her to the next level, and she gives them the reactions that they're looking for. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it doesn't make her look the best. It doesn't paint her in the best light. Since he was talking about Candace, he also chimed in on Nicki Minaj. And we know this because we saw it on last night's episode. Nicki Minaj came in with her own questions and he didn't give her any rules. He just let her do exactly what she wants. And that's what she's coming to do. He said that you don't have to take any sides. Whatever you want to say to the women, go ahead and say it. Have a no holds barred conversation. And to be honest with you, we're here for it, because Andy Cohen sometimes has to play Switzerland and not really give his opinion, just watch the women battle it out. But we, every once in a while, want an opinion. Am I wrong? You guys can go ahead and comment below on that. I know a host isn't supposed to give an opinion, but come on. Come on. Someone asked if he ever told Rinna to get a better house, which is a very weird question. And he said he loves her house because it looks authentic, cozy, and for a family. And he loves the fact that she doesn't feel the need to change it. He said that she's a great addition to the show. And he's a huge fan of Lisa Rinna because she keeps the storylines moving. Now, another person in this Q&A said that Ramona is ruining the ultimate girls trip, and half the audience broke into applause. And he was genuinely surprised by the reaction. He said, if Ramona wasn't there being Ramona, what would the ladies talk about? The audience responded with, they'd find something. And he actually took a minute and thought about it and agreed. And he acknowledged that the Real Housewives of New York had a blind spot on diversity for a long time, but going forward, diversity will be central to all shows. And that it is true that Miami will have an actual lesbian, Julia Limagova, who is Martina, well, I can't say her last name's wife. He said he watched Salt Lake City about 7 times and it was amazing. And he also said the first 4 episodes of Orange County are really, really good. He's only seen 1 episode of New Jersey, season 12, which will be coming out in February of 2022. He said that season 12 is going to be explosive, but I have a complaint, and I've said it on here multiple times. My complaint is, why did we bump out Orange County in order to put, or bump out New Jersey in order to put Orange County, when it's going to eventually feel like the storylines are getting a little bit stale? Now we know what's going on with Teresa and Louis. We know what's happening with Margaret. We know what's happening with Jennifer. I hope they didn't make a bad decision by doing this. Andy was asked about the rumors of Kathy holding out for money and said, stop reading TMZ. That's an interesting fact. But if you saw Paris Hilton's tweet, Paris Hilton actually liked a tweet that said, Kathy Hilton is holding out for money and waiting for Bravo to pay her more. I mean, if she liked it, why would she like it? Unless it's her social media manager, because that seems to be the trend around here nowadays. All right. Now, he does talk a little bit more about Stu flipping on Jen and something about why they don't do better vetting and casting. He actually had a lot more to say about this. I don't want to give you all the details because then what's the point of watching the live? So join us today around 3 p.m. Eastern. Join us for a live deep dive into all of this and more. It's going to be really good. And of course, I'll have Jason on and I will take your calls to see what you guys think about it as well. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. What are your thoughts on this Q&A? And trust me, there's more. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.